Hi, this is Benjamin with Magnolia Home Inspections. We're here today to discuss sewer scope cameras, adding that service to a home inspection, why it's important, the valuable information you get from that, and how it can save you thousands of dollars down the road. Whether it be new construction or an older house, it is important to add a sewer scope camera to your inspection. We're going to send this camera down. So as I'm sending it down, you've got video, you're seeing kind of what the camera head is seeing. What I'm looking for on new construction is a little bit different from what I'm looking for in a older home. On new construction, it's primarily all PVC pipe that we're encountering. So the issues that happen that we see with PVC pipe is different from an older home. A lot of homeowners are surprised that we do recommend sewer scope inspection on new construction. We recommend sewer scope inspection on new construction for a couple different reasons. Number one, during the construction process, a lot of trash accidentally gets swept, dropped into sewer lines where your toilet is set. That is a lot of times left open. So it's a 3-inch pipe, which is a very large opening. So dropping small stuff, cigarette butts, nails, even small blocks of wood accidentally get dropped down there. And in some cases, when the tile guys are finishing up grouting a shower, bathroom floor, they dump the leftover grout into the sewer line. And what happens in that case, and this has come up on several sewer scope inspections, that grout, which is a concrete, it's a Portland cement product, is that it reaches a low spot inside the sewer line. And being a new construction, there's not a whole lot of water rushing through the sewer lines. So it reaches a low point, settles, and then dries out. So what you have is a brand new sewer line, and you've got a buildup of concrete in this sewer line that is going to create an issue where you have blockage on a regular basis, which is very frustrating being a brand new home, brand new sewer line, and you've got this buildup of concrete inside the line that just continues to be a problem issue, causing clogs over and over again. Another problem as well on new construction is that during the construction process, the sewer lines get dropped in first. So they get dropped in, the soil, the trench that was dug for the sewer lines to be dropped in, soil gets dumped on top of that, and it's uncompacted soil. So as that soil begins to settle out, it puts a lot of pressure on the sewer lines. So the sewer line itself is forced down and puts a lot of tension on these joints that are underground. So once that pressure is applied to the sewer line, the connection can separate. So when we run the camera down, that's what we're looking for, is that separation at the joints specifically. So the problem there is that on a new construction, it doesn't look like a big issue. Like there's a small misconnection here, there's a gap here. It's in gravel, it's in dirt, what's the big deal? The problem is that eventually roots are going to find this connection, this separation here. And once the tips of those roots get into this high nutrient area of the sewer line, is that root growth is just going to explode. And once that happens, you're going to have a major backup in your sewer lines. You've got a brand new house that you've just purchased, and this won't happen until about 3 to 5 years down the road. So your builder warranty is long gone. All of a sudden, you've got this major backup on brand new sewer lines, and the cause is tree roots inside the sewer line. So that's blocked everything, nothing can get past. So the temporary fix, a plumber on site will take an auger, and he will send that auger down the line, and it's got kind of it's a circular piece with some teeth on it, and it spins at a very high RPM. So it cuts through those roots, and what it's designed to do is just to cut through those roots to kind of separate everything, loosen everything up, so that all that can get flushed down. The problem is that's only a temporary solution, because those roots, the head of those roots are still here. So, and they're also in contact with that high nutrient water solids that are being flushed down the sewer line, and they're just going to continue to grow at a very high rate. The only long-term solution for that problem is to dig down wherever that's located. Hopefully it's not located underneath a slab. Hopefully it's not located underneath the driveway. You have to dig down and get to this line, cut off the line, get the connection, the fitting, everything out, and you have to remake this entire connection here. That's the only long-term solution to prevent those roots to get inside the sewer line. And the minimum cost on something like that Minimum cost, you're probably looking at about $1,000 for a plumber to come out. If he has to dig with a shovel, if it's a very accessible fitting place. On the high end, you're looking at thousands of dollars. Worst case scenario, this gap in the connection, roots are coming in, that's underneath a slab, garage, carport out back. And in that case, you've got to cut open the concrete, dig down, access that, and then just the whole rebuild process, all the costs that's involved with that, the gravel, reporting cement, and then you've got a product that's never going to look the same as it was during new construction. More information about a house is really what you're paying for. Magnolia Home Inspection, we don't do a checklist style of home inspection to where we're coming through, plumbing's checked off, electrical checked off. What we're actually doing is coming in and gathering as much information as possible for you, the home buyer, whether it be a new construction that you have leverage with your builder to take care of repairs that he is responsible for. There we go. With an older home, the concern can be two parts. So with an older home, you could possibly have clay pipe, which if you do, you want to go ahead and replace that immediately. Clay pipe is just an older pipe. It's been in the ground for probably, over 50 years. As it is in the ground over 50 years, it just reacts with the chemicals in the soil. It becomes a little bit brittle, but also with tree roots, as they continue to grow and mature in the yard, is that they encounter that clay pipe. And as the root system gets larger, it puts pressure on that clay pipe. It's brittle, and it's just going to break. And then once those roots get into that clay pipe, you cannot get anything you flush down the sewer line past that root system. So it's a failure on your sewer line, and that needs to be replaced. So number one, we're trying to identify clay pipe that is in the yard. So you might have cast iron that's inside the house, or even PVC inside the house that's been replaced. But once it goes out, exits the foundation wall, what is on the other side is buried. That cannot be seen without running a camera. So that's what we're looking for, either clay pipe or cast iron. The problems that I've seen with cast iron is when it goes underneath the foundation of the home, all the weight of the home is on this foundation. So as it, and sometimes that plumbing line is just directly below that footing, and just the pressure of that footing can push that cast iron line and create kind of a swell. So the line comes down, it kind of dips a little bit, and then continues on a horizontal axis, but that little bit of a dip holds water. So any kind of solids that are flushed down in a sewer line can sit in that dip, kind of acts like a trap, and it just sits there, and you'll have just clogs that happen more often, especially for young couples that are, accidentally flush a diaper down the toilet, which is definitely something you don't want to do. But any kind of solids that get flushed down, hit that trap, that water that sits there in the line, and just becomes a blockage that is something it's just a headache that you're gonna have to deal with over and over again until that gets repaired. So that's one thing we're looking for in a cast iron. Again, any kind of roots that come into the joints of any kind of plumbing, whether it be cast iron, clay, or PVC, that's a major issue. To review everything we've covered, we're using sewer camera video here. We're accessing that through what's called a clean out. In this case, located in the crawl space. Those can be relocated in the garage or outside the home, which is really nice. We talked about PVC on new construction, on new construction homes you can find major issues, and we want to identify those immediately and put the responsibility of that on the builder who created the problem in the first place. We also covered cast iron pipes, which is located in older homes, and then hopefully, which we don't find on an older home, is clay pipe, which needs to be replaced immediately. Also covered, the reason to get a $250 sewer camera video, and that's to find those issues, which cost anywhere from $1,000 to, above $9,000 in worst case scenario, when you have to dig through or cut through a existing concrete slab, whether it be carport, garage, or living quarters behind the house. The report is supposed to tell a story about the house. When we send a sewers camera down, we know how the plumbing pipes have been used. In some cases, like in cast iron, a owner may have been sending a lot of Drano down the pipe, and that's going to corrode that cast iron to the point where it's just not usable. So all that information we have from running that sewer scope camera, and we just have a better story about the house with that more information. Any questions you may have about sewer scope cameras or home inspections specifically, please send an email to office@trustmagnolia.com, or feel free to call our office, and we will respond to you immediately. Have a great day. Take two. Hi, this is Benjamin with Magnolia Home Inspections. We're here today to discuss sewer scope camera and adding that to a home inspection. Just what all is involved, the value of the sewer scope camera inspection. I don't have anything scripted.